Alright then, let's get started once again. So I did do a little bit of preparations for today. I set up some more distribution offices over here. I actually didn't link these two up at all. That one I did, or these three I did, also that's a small one. I set up all the electricity connections in here. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. I certainly hope so. So we'll connect those two, start building on these. We do still have a decent bit of cash, because we did amazing last year. We did 19 million in exports. And I think we are gonna hit at least 20 million this year, maybe more. Especially once we get the... I mean, we might not be increasing the exports massively this year, but we will certainly be cutting into the imports a little bit here. Especially once we get the electronics production going. Which, to be fair, is going to be a bit expensive to start with. Or to actually get into, but as soon as we get... Oh, we are actually doing the groundworks in the mechanical components factory now. That's good. How we started working on the... Oh! We're doing the works on the open storage as well. Excellent. And we're working on the road there. Good. So we'll be reaching the harbor area soon. And eventually we'll be able to get the fire station up here, which will be very useful. And there's a lot of traffic on this road. Actually, ooh, that's something that we need to make sure that we have here is technical services. One of these. Yeah, it will take a while to get all of that, but at the same time, like, it doesn't take a massive amount of components. The electronics assembly hall takes only less than a ton of mechanical components to build that. And this one, well, this is going to require a little bit. We still have a bit of a storage of components, though. Then now be getting them as well as everything else for this factory here. And then we'll be able to start producing them already, technically. I mean, we will need to set up some of the logistics first to actually get in the steel in there. But as soon as we get this one completed... Ooh, we actually need the components here as well. How much components do we have right now? Oh, we don't have enough. Well, I suppose what I could do, since we do have the storage here, which is already set to correct things, I'm gonna buy some components here. It's gonna be bloody expensive. But now we can set up this one, for example, to pick up the... actually, any components from there. So we'll be able to get the components in a lot faster. And then once we get the productions over here going on, we'll be able to get some of the components from... Right. Oh, they've actually started working on this road here as well. Damn, we are doing some good progress here. Also, that reminds me, one thing that I was going to do, I had the idea earlier today, is not this one. This is the new place, so what we'll do is we'll get some excavators here. Get 2 of those, and then 2 open holes. How? They weigh 8 tons. So we can get 2 open holes with at least 8 ton vehicle capacity. Thankfully these will do. Although, is there anything faster? These are faster and probably a little bit better, so we'll get 2 of those. Now, of course, the excavators already went off, so they won't be used right now, but they can also be used for getting some... Well, actually, we haven't set up the storage for the steel or anything like that. Not that it matters really all that much right now. Now, we will get the bricks and boards locally. Already some of the trucks bringing them in, as well as the steel, so this should be done relatively quickly, actually. Then we just need to start setting up the logistics to actually get everything in there. And speaking of logistics, the distribution office here is already well on its way. Has all the resources in there, just needs a bit more work done. Reminds me, have we got on any of the cranes in here? I don't think we have. Question is, are the cranes somewhere already, or are they still here? No, the cranes seem to be still here. Now the question is, are the cranes too large? No, they shouldn't be. Oh. I set you through 3 kilometers, that should help a little bit. Actually, that should help a lot. There we go. Now they're taking them into the construction locations and bringing in all the resources required. Excellent. Oh, and you should probably be set up to get your components from here as well. You're taking stuff to which one? One of the pipelines. Oh, right, yeah, we did start working on those. We're taking to the... Okay, another pipeline. Guessing the pipelines over here are underway. Did we connect that? No, we didn't. It could be that connection, I suppose. Well, that's probably one of them. No, but we do need to connect this road in here. Actually, we'll connect there. That leaves a little bit extra room there if need be. Yeah, I did set up a storage over here. It's gonna hold a lot of oil. And then there's a pump down here, which will pump it to the various places requiring the oil. And over here we'll probably have... It's either gonna be the fuel or the bitumen, and the other one is then gonna be over here. We might actually require another gas station somewhere around here, though. Ah, we already do. Never mind then. I've been too clever for myself lately. Right, so over here they started working on the... Oh, right. Buildings on fire. Let's have a... Oh. Meat storage and bread and vodka. That's a bit unfortunate. Luckily the fire station is not that far away. Vehicles should be able to reach here soon enough. There we go. Not a lot of meat in there, quite frankly. We'll get that one sorted out once we get to Big Ukraine. I mean, technically we have the bridge already. We haven't got on the railway bridge, of course, but we'll figure that out eventually. We don't have a massive storage of gravel here yet. Although, is this... Ah, they've run out of stone again. Of course, it might be partially because of the... One thing that might help a little bit is getting electricity at the quarries. Oh well, now that we've got the autosave there. Right, so let's actually have a look. How long does it take for that to fill up? Seems to be taking quite a while. That emptied and this is already driving in. At least it's working somewhat regularly here. Like... Especially when the roads are clear, the trucks can keep on going with pretty good speed. Okay, and the other truck is pretty much over there as soon as the other one is leaving, so 2 trucks is, for the most part, all they need. But yeah, they do go through the quarried stone rather quickly. Now, I wonder... I mean, I suppose it would be possible to bring in quarry stone down here, because we do have the harbor down here. We do have the quarries down here. So we could bring in a ship. Well, on the other hand, the ships are bloody expensive, so probably not a good idea. But it's one of the ideas that we could use, is we could use this area to mine as much quarry stone as possible, and then load it over here. We could set up another unload station or something over here, and let's actually have a look. Would that fit in there? Aggregate unloading. A bit tight spot, probably not fitting then. If we move the road, then it might fit. Although there's still no guarantee of that. I was wondering if there's some sort of sneaky way that we could get it in. I doubt there is. Well, I suppose if we put it on this side, And then we transfer that to the next one over. Gonna be a bit costly, but we can probably instantly build it, so it's not really that big of a deal. Rather expensive, but yeah, we'll do that real quick. And then we could even set up a... well, I suppose we can just connect to this one. So we can bring in quarry stone here. Endless Moon, thanks for the raid. How's it going? I'm currently thinking about shipping quarry stone from this area to another place. Actually, let's open the map so we can go a little bit quicker. But we need to get more quarry stone down here. We do have several quarries down here. There's a bit of a long trip, so what I'm thinking is I could set up a ship bringing and as communism treating me. So far so good. I mean, last year we did our best exports so far. We did 19 million in exports. Well, we used most of that for various things, but still, we did pretty good. But we are setting a massive industrial area over here. Oh, we got the distribution office here. Excellent. Right, so that's still out of power. Technically, we could start buying some of the vehicles in here. Time to embezzle all that into personal accounts. Yeah, more or less. Yeah, we did buy like 4 million worth of crops, or 4.5 or something like that. Right, so let's start buying some open hull trucks here. We're using these ones. And then that's gonna be your unload location. Go for as high as possible, and you'll be picking up the steel from there. So we'll be bringing up some of the steel from here, or from the steel mill area to here, and this will then be distributed to various locations in here. We'll have everything more or less within one passenger harbor distance away, or like within the reach of that. We'll have shipbuilding, rail construction, or the railway production line, that's the word, and vehicle production line. We've got refinery, chemical plants, plastics, mechanical components, electronics, and was there something else still? Cargo station. Well, no, I think that's most of it. We got oil pumps over here that will be providing the stuff. So this is relatively well set up, I'd say. I did spend like hours to actually get all of this placed in here the way that I wanted, but it's okay. Ooh, down to 1.5 million. How much do we have in these two ships? Oh, we got 1.4 million on one of them. I think I'll send that one to export. The other one can fit in a lot of stuff still. There's no harm in that. And ooh, actually, one thing that we are probably out is crops. We're pretty low. So it's time to send this one out again. Buy another 2,000 tons of crops from the Soviet Union. Okay, so we got first of the pumps. It doesn't have power supply yet, so it won't actually be working. But it has pretty good quality of the source. 67%. I actually wonder how good is. We don't know from the rest of these quite yet. That's the pump, and that's the pumping station rather. And this bloody massive storage will be holding like 13,000 tons of oil, which will then be used for various industries in here. Almost 10 AM here. Yeah, you should probably sleep. But hey, thanks for the raid and stopping by. Well, thank you. I do have a pretty good town over here, although I wouldn't say perfect, but it does have a lot of workers that will be putting into manual labor soon enough. Yeah, so the electronics assembly hall is requiring more resources, but it's doing alright for the most part. Over here we are constructing. Okay, so we got the transformer built up. We haven't started working on the lines too much, have we? Oh, we got on some of the steel there. Just, oh right, we don't probably have the electronic components quite here yet. It's going to take some time to get them in here. Oh well. Not the end of the world. Right, for the electrical components, do we need plastics or something? Yes, we need chemicals and plastics. And some steel. Alright then. That's going to be a bit of an issue still. We need to get most of these industries up. But the mechanical components we can get going soon enough. We need a bit more resources in here, but it shouldn't be too hard. The bricks is easy, the boards is easy, steel is easy, concrete is easy. Beyond concrete, that's another 11 tons coming in. How much do we... Okay, we basically have no extra storage in there. That's a bit unfortunate. Oh, there's actually no vehicle up there. But technically we could save... Oh, and that is out again. Alright then. Well, we do have several trucks in here. It's not the end of the world. We've got some construction offices here that we could set up to do various things. Yeah, I probably could do that. I mean, I haven't been exporting much of them anyway. I just don't have the warehouse completed there quite yet. But yes, taking these over there is probably a brilliant idea. And it should be enough time to actually fill up some of the plastics in here. But we may need to set up a second truck there. Right, so they're basically out of chemicals. Over here we are making a little bit chemicals, actually, not a lot. Another autosave there. Actually, do we have any liquids to export? Not quite yet. Bitumen is getting close. It's certainly getting close. Got plenty of trucks here not doing anything. Well, now they are. Right, but we don't have the warehouse down here quite yet. But yeah, we need that one. Or that one built up, and we can then start bringing the... I mean, I think it's probably better for us to bring the plastics to the warehouse here. We just witnessed another roller being brought in here. I mean, that's good. That's good. Right, I wonder if we've done any work on the rails here. I mean, we've probably done a little bit. Oh, we actually did that area now. We haven't started working on these quite yet. That's alright. But where is the... I can hear the train somewhere. I cannot see it though. Means down pro... Oh, there it is. Yeah, we've done a decent bit of work on the rails here already. Not enough to actually start using them, but getting closer and closer at least. But it will take some time. Oh, right, we are working on this by the looks of it. Okay, it has a decent working speed there. Can probably carry a few tons of, or several tons of things with it. Okay, well it did go through 10 tons of gravel and various other resources there, so not bad. Right, how are the productions going in here? We are slowly getting the roads done to the next pump there. Good. We've done the road connection all the way to the substation here. Needs to get a little bit more... Oh, actually, it hasn't gotten even the first workers in there yet. Right, that reminds me, seeing the snow plows there. We need another technical services down here. Well, technically it's the first one for this area. Luckily, we are getting so close to Pravdo that we're actually using the excavator from there over here. Which honestly is rather handy. Right, let's place that one down, and can we get a road ooh. Maybe... Ooh, hold on. Okay, we could do that. We've actually reached all the way here with the roads already. We've basically gone all the way through the place. And over here we... Hold on a minute. We have a road connection all the way to the harbor. We're gonna reach a few of the places at least. Oh, and we've done a decent bit of work on the footpaths there. Interesting. Right, but since there's no connection through here quite yet, we can't actually walk all the way there. Oh, speaking of electronics assembly hall, it does require a bit more steel. There's like 6 tons of steel, not bad at all. And we started bringing the steel down here. We got 270 tons waiting right now. But that will be distributed to various warehouses in here. Would be great if you could add a car to the rail construction. Yes, that would be brilliant. Oh, last chance to purchase the vehicle. Okay, well, we have actually been using those, but I suppose we can use some bigger vehicles instead. Oh, oh, right, we have the electronics assembly hall. Oh, right, we use plastics over there as well as over here. Okay, well, what I can do... Yeah, then it's definitely the best to use this one. I'm going to use some cash to build that road. How much would it cost to build this one? 147,000. That's a little bit costly, I suppose. I can just let them build that manually, though. No biggie. And over here, actually, I'm going to get that one done. And that one. So now we can check. Yes, they can reach the electronics assembly hall. Hey, Gatmandos, how's it going? The steel mill actually is not full right now. It's mostly being emptied down this way, probably, which is then being transported over. We got plenty of coal over there waiting, and we got another shipment of coal coming in. So I think we'll be able to work with domestic coal for the time being. Yeah, we are using plenty of the steel right now. We're down to 1.3 million. We did buy the crops just recently, so that would do most of it. But 1.7 million on that ship and 300,000 on that. I think I'll send this one out already. Again, we don't need to have both of the ships there being built at the same time. Right, have we got a little bit of fabrics there, a little bit of food, not a lot of alcohol. 1.7 million from that ship is not going to be bad. Right, and it's sowing season. Now, since we set up this distribution office, actually, we could buy even more vehicles for this. Buy another 2 of those. So we can get the, especially from the bigger fields, we can get the crops directly with these trucks. That should help quite a bit. I'm just making sure that they are actually marked as, yeah, we are loading from them. It would be a bit unfortunate if we started unloading into the fields. I'm not sure if it's possible, but I don't want to try it. Right, have we done... I mean, I know that the warehouse is not completed yet. Although, I suppose I could start bringing the plastics directly here for the time being. Let me pause for a quick moment before the truck leaves. And select that. And then unload over there. We can get rid of that one. Wait until unloaded. Once we get the warehouse completed, we'll start unloading into that one instead. I actually wonder how much will we be producing the electronic components per day at full speed. We actually need another chemical plant, I think, if we want to work on full speed. It's 3.8 tons of components, and electronics takes 1.5 tons per day, so we don't actually need to work on full speed there. It's going to take a lot of plastics though, so that's going to be a problem. Now, one thing that I suppose I could do instead is if I was not doing this, like let's say that we all not doing the plastics in here, I could just get another chemical plant, for example. How much is the plastics production going to be? It can be 15 tons of plastics per day, but it requires a lot of chemicals, which we don't currently have. So we may need to set up some extra chemical plants somewhere. Or we will need to set up some extra chemical plants. But what I'm thinking is I could set up a... Instead of doing the plastics here, get another chemical plant in here. Maybe even 2 chemical plants if I can fit them in. And then just transport the chemicals from here to there. You can fit more chemicals in a truck than you can plastics. But again, I don't think the chemicals will be the problematic portion for the most part, I think. Now actually I wonder how valuable is the chemicals per ton? Oh Christ, 15,000. Okay. That's a little bit. Actually not quite as good as clothing. But and at the same time, the clothing price is probably driven up by the chemical price for the most part, so there's that. Electronics is 13,000 per ton. For selling, 15,000 per buying. Oh boy. Yeah, the chemicals are expensive. You don't need massive amounts of them usually though. But it's not really the end of the world. There's getting some workers over here. Still need a bit more steel, which is actually probably being hindered by this. How about we set you to 50% for the time being? We can raise it up later on. To give the constructions a little bit chance to get at least some of the steel that they require. Railway production line is at least underway. I mean, once we get a railway connection all the way there... Oh, that's going to take a while. We have gotten this far. And what about on the other side? We have gotten... Okay, all the way here. We're almost reaching the... cargo station here. But that's still a little bit away. Now, I'm assuming, yep, you still got a full load of passengers there. Need more steel. Yeah, it is a bit far away, I do admit that. Okay, so we've got 200 workers waiting for steel here. I hope that we have truck... Okay, well there's one truck. That's going for the rail production line. But to be fair, it is required there as well. And we've got some workers here. We've got a truck of plastics as well. But of course we are lacking everything else for the time being. It's a good thing that we at least have some plastics in here. Okay, so the warehouse is underway. They've done the groundworks already. They will require a fair bit of steel balls and bricks. So they're gonna require even more bricks later on. And board. Not steel. Like, once we got the 9.4 tons, that's gonna be it. Right, we've got 2.4 million right now. How much have we made money this year? Okay, we sold for 3.2 million, but we also bought a lot in import. Primarily crops and, okay, food, electronics, clothing, meat. 250,000 of coal. Huh. Okay. I actually wonder, how is the power plant doing in terms of coal? Because that might be one of the places. Well, there's a little room in there. We could probably set up another truck to go for that. Let's actually, for a moment, pause and get another dumper in here, and then that line. Now I just need to find the coal power plant and aggregate loading. There we go. That way we can make sure that there's going to be at least a bit more trucks on their way. Since we're no longer exporting the coal, we'll be able to keep that going probably indefinitely, quite frankly. Right, so we are making the... Ooh. Okay, we almost have the substation, and we've done the power line down there. We've also done the lines down this way, which we never connected to the road network. Let's do that real quick. That's why they haven't built that. But we also got the power line down this way, which we have built up, so we do have power in here. Okay, the W50s are no longer available. How much is the smallest ship that can transport electronics? We do actually have a river cargo ship here, which we will probably be using for transporting stuff, although I realized that we don't actually have a harbor in here that can do it quite yet. That's something that I didn't take into account. Although one thing that I could do is I could use... Well, trains is probably not a good option quite yet. Because the... train lines are going to take a long while to be completed. But let's actually have a look. Could we get a warehouse down here? Not this big. Smaller one, maybe. Oh yeah, well, there would be over there. I suppose there might be one over there for a smaller one. But look. Like a... No, not passenger harbour. Small harbour. Oh yeah, we could fit one in here. Okay, you know what? Let's do that. Then what we'll do is... Well, probably won't be able to go through that, so we need to get rid of the footpath first. And we'll get the road. Hello, Taz. How's it going? Get that one going, and then we'll get a little bit around there. Now, of course, the people won't be able to reach the railway production line for the time being, but that's probably not a massive issue. Right, so now the plastics truck is going to be waiting there for the time being. Not much... Okay, we need more bricks in here at the warehouse. And the mechanical components factory needs more steel to be completed. I certainly hope that is on its way. These trucks are still busy. So it means that this is not quite... Well, no, it's not quite yet at 50%. We're getting closer and closer, though. Yes, we do indeed have our route for electronic transporting, which we can then easily do over here. We'll just need to set up this one to take some of the electronics from there to, for example, actually probably for the warehouse, not the meat storage, but yeah, for the warehouse. And we could even deliver it down. Hold on, wasn't there multiple shops, or is there only this one shop serving the entire city? Might be. Some of the people can't reach, but most of them can. But yeah, then we can also utilize... not necessarily this one. Oh, I suppose we could utilize this one as a bit of a storage that will then distribute it further down south. It's going alright. Trying to watch the whole stream. It's midnight here, fair enough. I mean, you don't have to watch it entirely. You can also watch the VODs later on if you want, or the... when I put them on YouTube, which may take some days whenever I get around to it. Are we out of crops here again? We are out of crops there, and okay, we are buying the crops already, so let's send this one out. Well, the population has dropped a little bit again, but we haven't been building new housing in a long while, to be fair. Like, Rumblecrown is the place that we had... well, that's the latest place that we've been building housing, and we haven't done that in at least 2 years now. We should be able to get through that road rather quickly, and then we could get another oil rig. That reminds me. Well, we don't know how much this is actually producing because we can't see it. As soon as we get... oh, right, did we... we never linked this up to any of the roads. That's... oh, right, we are building that... how are we building that road already? That doesn't make sense. Oh, right, I realize what's going on. It used to be the same road. Like one long road, and then we put in the middle road there. Also, that's YouTube is how I normally watch my stuff. Fair enough. Okay, ooh, the refinery is on its way. I mean, that's going to require a lot of components, which we don't actually have quite yet. We don't need components for this anymore, we just need the steel. And then we can start bringing in the steel down there, which will then be used for making the components, and then the components can be used for building more places. Industry, that's the word. Right, so we didn't still link the road over there. I suppose what I could do, I could link it down this way. True, we may need to send out one of the ships. I mean, I'm pretty sure that we got plenty of exports in there. I'm just waiting for the autosave here. Oh, right, there's the electric pole down there. There we go, there's still room for something in here. Actually, I wonder... was there... no, there's no oil up there. There would be some oil down here still if we want to. And a little bit in the water. Actually, quite a bit in the water over here as well. Right, yeah, let's have a look at the ships. How much do we have on these? 1.5 million. I suppose I can send you to the next. But yeah, we are making a decent profit in here. Well, I say profit, but we've actually probably lost a little bit of money this year. Indeed, we have. To be fair, we have imported a fair bit of vehicles again. And a lot of resources. But I suppose once we get the electronics production, I mean, let's actually have a look. Last year, how much did we spend on electronics? 3.5 million. Almost 5 million crops. Blimey. Being crops, we're currently importing them. Still waiting for the steel there. Oh, is that coming here? Let it go. No. It might be coming here. Oh yes, it is. Is that? Oh, still missing a little bit of steel there. At least with the cranes, they are working bloody fast. Well, there's also over 200 workers in there, but half a ton of steel is missing. We're waiting for a little bit, I guess. It's actually something... Okay, we got a lot of buses heading here, but none of the other stuff. Right, and the trucks over here on... Well, they don't have a source for steel. I'm gonna say... That is the steel storage, is it not? Yes, it is. And yeah, there's currently no steel. We are creating a decent bit of steel on a daily basis, though. Oh right, yeah, we got the population a bit limited. Or the work base a bit limited there, so there's not going to be a massive amount of steel per day. But we have gotten a decent buffer down here already. Where is the... Here it is. And it's more or less at 50% right now. It's okay, 48.9%. Still waiting for that half ton of steel. Oh, yep. The steel is on its way. We'll be able to get the mechanical components production going. Have we got on any of the other distribution offices yet? No, not quite. Although we are certainly getting closer. Oh, and it's completed. Right, I suppose I could set up this as a... I mean this one. You can load up there. I hope this works. But yeah, I want to set up that as a unload place. I'm hoping... Yeah, that is the small one. It's empty currently, so it should be alright. We'll unload, and over that we'll probably keep at 90%. I'm guessing that is now going to the open storage, okay. Do we need... No, we don't need steel directly for this one. Good. Currently have 1.9 million cash. Right, now we are producing components in here. Excellent. I suppose we'll need to set up one of the distribution offices. I mean, technically even this one, we could just in some covered hull trucks there. Indeed, our first components. Now, how much do we need? We don't need a massive amount of components in for the electronics or electrical components factory. A little bit, but not massive amounts. We'll have a decent storage of steel in here soon enough. Got a lot of trucks just pouring in. It's a good thing that we had this buffer here, because it's probably going to get used rather quickly. Okay, so we got a bus platform here just in case. It doesn't have electricity. It will once we get that one completed, though. Oh, and we need more bricks in here, which we are getting now. Wonder, where are the cranes currently? Sure that they are somewhere. If not here, then probably on their way. It's not over there. Nothing over there. Not even at the refinery. Well, I suppose they do need to do the groundworks first to actually start using them. Doing the groundworks at the oil rig right now. Let's chance to buy one of the ambulances. Right then. No, I cannot see the cranes right now. Suppose there might not be. Oh, no. There's one of the cranes. Now at the railway production line, which is certainly going to speed up production there quite a bit. Right, so that's bringing in steel for the refinery, which is still going to require quite a bit of steel, quite frankly. Oh, we got a decent bit of components now. Well, once we get the warehouse, we'll start putting them in here. We do need to set up some limits in there, so probably switch this one to bring in the stuff over there directly. And then let's have a look. How much components do we have total? We got 11 tons now, most of which is in here. Actually, almost all of it. So what we should probably do is set up this one, for example, to pick up components there directly for the time being. Then it can be spread to other places, because I'm sure that we'll need them soon enough. Right, did we get both of the cranes here? Yep, we did. Now we are missing workers, actually. Also a lot of materials, of course, but things are looking fairly decent. Not that we'll be working at the railway production line anytime soon, quite frankly. Oh, right, we got another bus platform here. We actually got a lot of platforms. I'm actually glad that the passenger harbour will work for pretty much everything in here. At the same time, it was a good plan to get some bus platforms in here in case we need them. Okay, wow, we got 200 workers in there, plus the 2 cranes, so the work days are just plummeting down. Also, they're going through the resources rather quickly. Need more Vespine gas, I mean steel. We have started using the components from here, that's good. Oh, and while they are unloading the steel in there, some of it's directly going over here. Alright then. Yeah, the lack of steel is starting to be a problem now. Still unloading this one to the other storage. And try additional pylons. Well, I'm trying. Oh hey, we got one of the pipes over here already. Now we got that pipe completed. Okay, we're doing pretty good progress here. I actually think that we might get most of this constructed today. I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna go for the 12 or 18 months today. At least the 12 months, but we'll see. I mean, I do have some other obligations later today. Right, oh, at the warehouse, okay, so we got most of the resources there. We do need a bit more workers to actually complete the warehouse. That's good, that's good. Then we can start storing or picking up the mechanical components directly from the warehouse, I suppose. Although they'll also be pulling some of them in here. The population is doing good. Ooh, we're running a bit low on cash again. 100,000 and 1.8 million. Okay, I know which ship is going out now. We've got some of the crops at the ship there, so that's giving us a bit extra time. I think we may need to send it out once more, so we probably have enough. Yes, we can export bitumen. But yeah, we'll probably have enough for one more trip, and then we'll have enough crops to last until harvest. Which this is still empty because we sent it earlier out. Look at the... Okay, it's currently mostly somewhere in the 40s and 30s with the growth. I mean, some of the smaller ones, actually some of the The big field is only at 2% right now. Oh, blimey. Apparently it's taking a while to get to it. Right then, we got on most of the power lines constructed now. That's actually good. We've got one substation there. I'm not entirely sure if this transformer can actually provide enough electricity for everything that we'll be doing in here, but I can certainly hope. If it doesn't, then we can just figure out some other way to do it. I mean, we can probably set up another transformer over here somewhere, and then utilize that to supply some of these, and then the other one to supply the other half. So we still got some room to actually fix issues like that if need be. Have we gotten the... No, we haven't gotten the asphalt in there. And we're getting... Oh, right, that reminds me. This one should be planks. What do I import now? Mostly crops, electronics, some food, clothing, and stuff like that. A little bit coal every now and then. So do we have something over here that could be providing the planks? I suppose we do. We could even buy another vehicle in here. Yeah, crops and electronics are the two massive. Like last year we imported crops for almost 5 million and electronics for 3.5 million, which is more or less about 50% of what we import. Yeah, once we get the electronics, it's going to be mainly the crops, and once we get big Ukraine going, then we can basically... I mean, I suppose at that point we reach autarky, quite frankly. So let's get one more over there, and we'll set up that as a target. And then we need to pick up the planks from there. That's not a big issue, though. Planks. Technically, I don't think we'll be taking the boards anywhere from there, but... Or rather, the wood anywhere from there, but yeah, if we have a look at this year's import... food and clothing and such, make a decent bit of it. Electronics is 1.4 million, and crops is about 2.5 million. And there's a little bit of bitumen and fuel and stuff like that. And components were a fairly decent chunk in there early on, and steel, because we built a few things at the start of the year, but other than that, it's not a massive amount. Like, I think within a few years we'll have cut down our imports quite significantly. Right, so we got this set up. The rails will of course take a long... Oh right, we haven't got on this one yet. We started working on this. We do have a paver there, we just don't have the dumper with stuff. But there is a dump... Oh. Okay, they got half a ton of asphalt. That's not quite enough. But there may have been some problems with the resources over here, which is primarily about gravel and lack of workers by the looks of it. Oh, we do have two buses bringing in, but if they're bringing the workers at the same time, that's not particularly helpful. Right, have we got on anywhere near? No. Okay, we've got onto the almost at the southern exit of Rommelgrad here, or rather the eastern exit with the rail, and down this way. Oh, we've done that one. So we technically have a connection to the platform here, or the station. Actually reminds me, I believe these have not been assigned to it. Nope. Well, that's something that we can do. But that one... I suppose we can't set that one quite yet because the train is not smart enough to turn around usually. we did do that. So most of this nearby area is already completed. This area needs to be still made one way or another, which may be a bit difficult. I mean, I suppose, how expensive would it be to complete these with cash? Probably a few thousand. But these are actually not bad. Now, of course, once we start doing these for multiple things, the cost starts piling up quite a bit. But it should be a lot better now. We've got 2.5 million. Oh, right, we're probably getting the bitumen exports now. Indeed we are. Well, that's going to be a fair bit. Now then, back to the mechanical components here. The warehouse has all the resources it requires. It's going to take a little while. Last chance to buy more of the W50s. Needs more steel at the production line here. Well, that doesn't surprise me. We've gone through most of the buffer in here. It's a bit unfortunate. We are working on some of the distribution offices. We started working... Oh, right, that's the factory connection for this. Oh, vehicles and container storage. Right. That makes sense. We got some of the dumpers over here waiting for something. Or anything. Except... Right, Well, there's a paver. Going to one of the roads. Ah, that one. Good. Alright then. That's not too bad. The road connections over here are already complete. Have they started working on that one? In theory. In practice, not a lot yet. There is a truck with gravel. If it's full... Okay, it is actually all the gravel that they need for that one. Oh, right, yeah, we can start using that one for picking up the electronics. So we can actually... Well, we can send up one of the ships to bring in the electronics down here. That will be then spread out to various places. We could actually... We could set up another distribution office somewhere around here, which will be doing the distribution of the electronics from... For example, from this warehouse. Although we actually do not store... Well, we do store a little bit of electronics here. No, from the ship itself, we can then distribute it directly to Rommelgrad, Praldov, and Zagrad. That should be alright. And we actually... Cargo station, you should be loading electronics as well eventually. Oh, we're starting to have a bit of problems with electronics, or electricity rather. Could be that the... Oh no, that shouldn't really be a problem, unless there's some problem with some of the power lines not being thick enough. Which actually might be the case. But we are currently at June. Right, so how much? Ah, too many connections. Yeah, they are kind of consuming too much electricity, but we probably need to set up another connection. Do we have extra lines available in here? Technically? In practice, a bit less. Oh right, yeah, I remember that electric fence around that building there. Is that... Okay, that is doing fine. Actually, have a look at the line power. So that is still the middle one. So 1.2. That one doesn't have a problem. Where's the next substation? Down here. This one is starting to have a capacity problem. So what I could do is replace that. I can certainly do a little bit here to alleviate the issues, but I'm gonna have to delete the lines here in its entirety first. Which, to be fair, is probably not a problem. There we go, and that's actually a lot cleaner. I'm going to use the cash to build that so we get the power as quickly as possible. So now this is actually providing a bit more at least. Potential capacity problem, too many connections. We will probably need another connection somewhere. But how many things are connected to this particular one? Quite a few things. Okay. Yeah, one thing that might be a good idea is setting up another substation somewhere around here. We can get the connection through here somehow. I hope. Also, we do need to upgrade the quality of those. Where does this one go? Around here, all the way down to there. Because this one certainly has a problem. Let's upgrade this one next. There we go, and then... Can we make it a bit smarter connection, actually? If we go around there, would that be... That would actually be a lot smarter. Assuming that we can get through here, which we can. Can we get... Oh! Hello! Bit of a shortcut. Go around here just so that we don't go too... Oh, it's going to be easier to follow the power lines when they are not right next to each other. Right, is this now faring a little bit better at least? Oh yes, it's much more stable. It still has a potential problem in there, but not as bad. So the electricity over here is stable again. At least in theory. Right, at some point I do need to upgrade a lot of these power lines as well. There's that. That one doesn't have a massive load. What about the... Alright, let's actually have a look at the pollution in here. Oh, it's still pretty bad near the heating plant, as well as the harbour. And down here for some reason. There's probably a lot of traffic and such. Right, we may... Ooh, hold on a minute. Run out of crops there. Run out of crops there as well, so we do need to send this one out. Probably going to be the last one for the year, though. Got 1.5 million here, so I'm going to send you out. Well, that one is filling up to... Okay, it's at 600,000 already, not bad. How's the power plant doing in terms of... Okay, they got plenty of coal in there. That's good. The total wattage is starting to get rather high, actually. Now then, how are we doing on the... Oh, we got the warehouse completed. Excellent. So instead, you will be unloading over there directly. Send you there, and I'm gonna get rid of that to stop. Now we need to limit the amounts here a little bit. We don't need the crops. That much we can say for certain. We will need some chemicals, but no fabrics or alcohol or food or clothing. And we don't need the electronics on this side. That would give us 80 tons of mechanical components capacity, which honestly is not bad. And plenty of chemicals and plastics. I think we'll work with that. We started. We need asphalt down here, alright then. Are still... Oh, right. Are they now producing the... Or how... Oh, there might be a truck still trying to pull up the... Yeah. Truck tailing components directly from here. Which, to be fair, is not a terrible thing right now. And before we get the electronic components, we won't be able to produce the electronics quite yet. The refinery, on the other hand, is, well, actually still needs a lot of things. What about the plastics factory? Needs more steel. Have we gotten any work on that one? No, because we haven't got on the road there. We are doing pretty decent progress getting there. We will need a bit more work, of course, but it won't be too long. And we are completing that road there. Good. Oh, that's going over here, isn't it? Yep. Right then. And another set of workers coming in. Good. This one still needs 100 tons of steel for this particular phase alone, and another 45 or 43 after that. And we should be getting the components down here now. Yes, we are getting a lot of the components there. And means that we... Oh. Okay, resource missing electronic components. How much would they cost if I started importing them directly? It is rather expensive. 14,000 per ton. But I think it will actually be worth it, because we can then start getting electronic going. Like, how much? For each ton of electronic components, you get 3 tons of electronics. And let's actually have a look at the prices there. So, electronics is 14,000 per ton price, and components is 12. Okay, so we are still making a decent profit, even though we are importing them. Now, we managed to produce very little in there. Because they are now pulling in the components there, and they are working on more electronics now. Good. As we get a bit more workers down, especially workers at here, and get a bit more electronic, yeah, electronics going. I mean, we should be able to go through the steel down here eventually. I mean, we don't produce a massive amount of components yet. We'll be producing like 1.5 tons per workday, but it's not too bad. And we're up to about 3 million right now. How are we doing in terms of crops? Big Shift is probably bringing the crops right now. We've got 1.2 million to export over here already, and that one's coming in. I might actually send this one out as soon as that hits the harbor. And there's more steel to be exported. Excellent. Now, to be fair, the fact that we've been doing a lot of work, or transporting a lot of steel from the mill to the industrial area, has probably slowed down some of the exports in here. Right, so what was that? Oh, one of the microprocessors is no longer available. Well, that's not really an issue. We are working on the road there, good. Over here we got on the... Well, we got some of the steel there. We got plenty of workers. The work days are just plummeting again. Oh wow, that's all the buses bringing in workers here. Alright then. Right, let's actually have a look. How much electronics have we... Oh, right, I know. The reason why it didn't show a lot of electronics being made, because they were pushed in here directly. We already got more than almost 2 tons in there. Got a little bit over here. Yeah, so we actually do have more than 2 tons of electronics. How much can a single covered hole transport? 5.6 tons. Okay, actually, something that... We don't have that one yet. Unless you can't make vodka, you're not interested. Well, we do actually have a district called Bread and Vodka, which does produce alcohol. And it's been one of the cornerstones of our economy for a long while. Actually got 15 tons of alcohol on the ship already and just arrived at the port. How much can this carry electronics? 59 tons. Yeah, I kind of figured that you'd be joking, but... You know, I need to educate some people about this game. Well, I don't think educate is the correct word here, but, you know. Okay, we need a bit more steel for the plastics factory in here. But we've done pretty good progress on that. We've brought in a fair bit of plastics. Inform the masses. Yes, that's the correct word. Yes, Soviet business is serious business, as we all know. Ah, we're waiting for more steel there. Right, have we actually managed to get any steel storage in here? Well, got 10 tons there. We got a little bit down. Oh, we actually got 17 tons of steel here. And the coal seems to be still doing alright there. We got plenty of here. That is not a problem. We got 500 tons of coal still at the harbor waiting. We got 300 tons of steel there. All the excavators are now leaving. They were probably down here at the electronic components factory, which is now requiring a lot of resources. I'm sure that we'll get them eventually. Okay, so we've got all the steel for the plastics factory now. Now, of course, we don't have the oil pumps connected to there yet. We haven't even started working on the large oil storage here. Or the oil pumping station here. Although we'll get that road completed soon enough. And we have gotten the road connection all the way here, so this shouldn't take too long. Oh, that's a graphical glitch by the looks of it. Building is on fire. Oh no. Yeah, there's some houses on fire. Oh, there's already a citizen killed in the fire. Oh well. Looks like there's a new apartment available. Only slightly burned. Right, so that brought in another set of workers, which I'm presuming... Oh Christ, yeah, we got plenty of... Oh right, but that is not within reach of this anymore. Until they get that one done. How much? Okay, we got quite a bit of mechanical components here waiting now. Yes, it was probably the pyromaniac that died. Hold on. Hold on. There was a fire there. Yesterday we had fire over here at the kindergarten and then at the school there. Perhaps he lived there all along. Now he's dead. Right, so how are we doing here? Other than waiting for the steel, we don't actually need a massive amount of resources in here anymore. Well, not for this phase. It's less than 200 tons. I've gotten a lot of components though, which is excellent. Actually, we should probably switch the... You to pick up the components from there. And then you as well. Nope, not the vehicle, but the office. There we go. Right, so we started working on that. It's going to still require a lot of resources, quite frankly. How much electronics do we have waiting here now? Oh, right, we got the plastics set up over here, but we don't actually need it over there anymore, do we? Because we need plastics on both of these anyway, so we can just lower that to 100% electronics. So we got already a truckload. Okay, do we have the... Technically we could utilize a truck for the time being. So, covered hull. Some of these. What you're gonna do is you're going to go over there, you're going to load electronics, wait until loaded, and then you are going to go down there and unload and start. It's going to be a bit of a long trip, but it gives the factory time to produce stuff. Once we get the harbor completed, then we'll set up one of the river cargo boats to go between the places. And then we do, of course, need to set up... Actually, we can still buy more vehicles in here, but I'm not sure how many... You've got quite a few places that you are delivering stuff into. Right, did we get the technical services down here somewhere? Yes, we did. And we are actually working on that already. Good. We got the storage down there. The refinery is underway, so we got the plastic factory. It's gonna require the chemicals and oil. Then we can transport it by vehicles. Have a truck take it there every now and then. Right, so electronics. Actually, I wonder how much have we got here? We got 2.6 tons, so the truck is probably already on its way. That was what, 5.9 tons, I believe. But they have gotten a little bit still in there, but not a lot in all fairness. How much do we have at the harbor in here? Yes, this is randomly generated. The vanilla map is perfectly fine, but I've figured that since I last played on the vanilla map, I wanted to do something else. But yes, we have a lot of water in this map. We don't actually have any land connection to the Soviet sides. Like the southern and western sides of the map are considered Soviet connections, and then west and north are like Western power connections. So yeah, we've mostly been, we can't trade with trucks to the Soviet side, so we had to go on to ships immediately, essentially. Well, not quite immediately, we did go on for a few years before we had to get the ships going. But we did start on year 1960, we're now on 1990, so we've gone through 30 years already. So we don't actually have these, or either one of these is not full enough to be worth of exporting quite yet. Do we have any liquids down here to export? Not enough. We are getting the bitumen slowly but surely. We may need to get another ship to bring in more workers down here, quite frankly. Keep the productions going. Have we got on the electronics in here yet? Oh, that might be the truck. It is. Okay, 5.6 tons of electronics, but that's good. Okay, so now we should probably set up so that we do not buy the electronics directly in there. And instead buy over here if we are below the limit. Although, let's actually have a look. We'll keep the warehouse open for the time being to see how low the electronics number will actually go. We should be pulling directly from here once they run out of the electronics in there. That should slow down the amount of money that we are using importing directly. It's not going to cut it down entirely, but it will certainly slow it down a little bit. Another autosave, of course. Right, so do we have... we do actually have people wanting to work here, but they can't actually work in there yet. 6 out of 250 delivered, more or less. Yeah, it's actually not going down all that quickly. If we have a look at the... Yeah, it's actually, yeah, not using the electronics particularly quickly. Oh, they're having the troubles with the meat in there. every now and then, but not for a particularly long while. Actually, every time they run out, they pull up some of the resources from the warehouses, and the warehouses buy more resources if it need to be. Oh, they did actually pull some of the electronics down. Yeah, it's not going down particularly quickly. I just want to know, can we get another... Yeah, electronics is not particularly quick being bought. I just want to see if we can get the truck back here. How much? We already got another truckload of electronics ready. Actually, if we select this... How far is the truck right now? Oh, it's already right around the corner. So I think maybe during winter we might have some problems. But right now we'll start filling up the storage here a little bit. And then I suppose what I could start doing is give one of the distribution offices nearby permission to start loading up electronics from here and distributing that to other cities. As true, I could go with fairly small loads at first. And then slowly increment it larger and larger. Right, so it's down to 4 tons of electronics at the storage right now, so they use about 1/3 so far. How much do we have population here? We've got 14,000. Don't actually have any of the housing here planned right now. It's kind of at its cap right, for the time being anyway. But these trucks are busy. It would be better that if we set up this one to start spreading out the electronics. So... Alright, we do actually have that already as a target. Auto road cargo. Right, spreading out the alcohol from there. Nice chance to buy one of the tractors. I think the amount of people is starting to be a bit of a problem for the game. Looks like we had some small frame drops there not that long ago. Not as bad as yesterday. Right, so it's down to... Okay, it went down to a bit less than 3 tons, so they did have about 1 point something tons at the store. So they used about 2/3 of the electronics while the truck was away. Not too shabby. I think I'll let the warehouse to build up a little bit of a buffer first before I set up the distribution offices though. Right, so how much do we have here? We got 2.6 tons of electronics there. We've got plenty of components, so that's good. We've got a decent bit of plastics there waiting as well. Over here, the electronic components factory is not quite yet completed. Yeah, it's not too bad. I think... do we have anything to export here? I mean, I know that we got something, but do we have enough to... I'm just going to send one of these out. Because I want to get another ship taking passengers. Although they are probably bloody expensive. Well, that's $1 million. Get another one of those. Then you're going to go to the Proud of and that one. Launch. Because there's a lot of things taking in the workers here, so we need to be able to bring in more than what we have there right now. And I mean, there's still plenty of extra workers in here just waiting. Right, so let's actually have a look at this year's electronics imports. There's a bit of a drop there. It's basically halved. Oh, it's the harvest. It's probably underway. Yeah, it is underway. I wonder if these trucks are now... Is that part of the... Yes, that is part of the distribution office, so it's bringing it directly in there. Cutting down the middleman, so how much do we... Ooh, we got 600 tons of crops over here already. Okay, so I think this year we are going to be much more effective. Problem is that the big field is still not fully grown. Although... Technically, it might be possible to have a specific tractor to be working at the field there, although I'm not entirely sure if that would be working correctly or not. Like, from the start of the year, just have a tractor set up to work on that one, so we'll get that growing as soon as possible. Right, so we did spend up the money to buy the new ship, but that is now going out, and we got the exports there. Do we have anything to... No, not quite enough bitumen or fuel. How are we doing this side? Yeah, we got a little bit truck, or one truck over there not doing anything. Got 42 tons of components here now. Pretty impressive. But that means that we don't need to be importing any more components, or mechanical components that is, which will allow us to build basically anything that we need in terms of constructions. That road is almost completed. Are they? No, they haven't gotten this one quite yet. Needs a bit more steel. And this one oh, they got the components here. But that one needs more steel as well. And they do need to go a little bit further down here. Did we get the... Oh, we did get the substation here. Right, we probably got that ages ago because this has been working for a while now. Right, have they started? No, they haven't gotten the road quite yet. We'll get to this eventually. Okay, it does require actually quite a bit of components and steel, but we'll get that sooner or later. Let's actually have a look at the gravel situation now. Oh, we got 600 tons of gravel waiting, so we've finally gotten ahead of the curve. Have we? No, we haven't been bringing in components down here yet. We got plenty of coal there. Oh, right, that reminds me. The gravel. Or quarry stone, rather. We probably don't need to set up this one yet. Oh, they're missing some components there. It's going to use a lot of the cash to build that. But we can utilize that rather easily, if need be. Over here I'm not actually sure if we have many vehicles coming in here. Probably don't, now that I think of it. Because this place doesn't need much gravel anymore. Like, what we have set up right now is more than plenty. It's obvious by the several trucks waiting in here. Alright then, how are we doing in terms of crops right now? Well, we should be getting the harvest in. That shouldn't be a problem anymore. A lot of big crops there. We got some... Oh, actually we are still importing directly. Yeah, that's not good. Hey Silman, how's it going? Right, once we get through this autosave here, let's have a look at the ships that... Okay, that's 1.5 million and that's practically empty, so I'm thinking I'm gonna send this one out. Doing pretty good. I was sick for the first half of the week, and now I'm feeling fine, so I'm pretty happy about that. Right, so over here, still waiting for some resources for the electrical components factory. So until we get that one going, we'll be just importing the components directly. Which, to be fair, is probably costing us a fair bit in the long run. How much? Ooh, we got 6 tons of electronics waiting here. Built your first harbor, container harbor. Oh yeah, I actually haven't built a container harbor yet. I do have one set up over here, which will have a rail connection. But I have not set it up quite yet. Oh, I haven't gotten that far yet. I'm setting up a massive industrial area here first. But yeah, I've been using harbors through this playthrough quite a bit. Like, this was the first one that we built ages ago. Then I believe we built that one. Well, technically we built this one first. Oh, well, one of these was first. Then we built that one. Eventually we expanded a little bit over there. Have exports on different harbor. Then we built that one to export some coal. And we built the pump harbor over here so we could export some oil and such. And yeah, we got quite a few harbors these days. But the map is a bit of a mess. But now that we got the... Or since we got the... Actually... It was only like 10 years ago when we got the steel mill up and running. And now it's running very reliably. And pumping out a decent bit of coal in the... Not coal. Well, also coal throughput, but... Those containers and vehicles instantly, but it takes a lot of time for other goods. Ah, fair enough. And basically what I'm thinking is I can utilize that to export some vehicles once we get our vehicle production line over here. But that's gonna take a while. Right then, how's the refinery coming along? Needs over 200 tons of steel. Alright then. Actually, I wonder, how much did we produce last year in steel? Over 2,000 tons. Not bad. But this year, how much have we done so far? 1,900, it's only August. Loading does take some time. Not massive amounts of time, but it does take some time. Like, that's probably not the best place to look at it, but over here, whenever there's a truck, it will take like few seconds to unload this stuff in those. Depending on what they are unloading as well. Right, so we are still having a bit of a problem with the lack of crops here. I'm guessing the... Oh, that is now on its way. Gathering up some crops there. And how much? We got a lot of crops there waiting. That one's not quite ready for harvest yet. Right, so this one has 600,000 in exports already. I think that's 650 or 60. And that one did export a fair bit. How much have we done this year so far? Actually, only 13 million. I was expecting a bit more, to be fair. I think we can still hit the 20 million. Especially since we have certainly cut down the imports, especially with the electronics a little bit. Yes, I am from Finland. Oh, population is now 35,000. Well, probably will drop during winter again. Because I haven't been building housing. I mean, I think the next city that I'll be building up... Oh, I suppose I could get a bit more housing over here. Rommelgrad could use a bit more population, I suppose. Although it's not... Almost has 8,000 already. I suppose I could build something in here. Let's see, residential... Like 2 more of these or something. A mix of Scottish and Russian. Yeah, sounds about right. I do have fairly British accent. Well, I try to have anyway. Right, let's go down this way. Connections there, and I suppose I could connect directly to that one. British accent is flawless. I mean, it's enough, or close enough to 4 people. Well, thank you. Right, let's start working on that. So we'll get a bit more housing in here. Probably... Actually, can we connect through here? Yes, we can. Do that one. There we go. We do have this door over there, actually. Since we're starting to do some footpaths down here, might as well keep on going. Better accent than yours. The Finnish passes the Spaniard. Well, if you take the average Finn, then not necessarily. Although, possibly, I suppose. Oh, we got one of the storages down here, so I think I'll set up this one as the... Oh, no. Store the fuel there. And then we can have the bitumen down here. We got on... No, we haven't got on any more of the distribution offices here quite yet. We do... Oh, right, that's technical services. Gas station. There's still a little bit of roads here that needs to be completed. It's not a bad situation. Oh wow, that's actually full there, and oh, holy crap, we got a lot of components. Also, there's a... Oh no, oh no. Oh, they actually... They got through that already by the looks of it. Or they saved that. I mean, the fire station's over there, so it's not too bad distance. A little bit of cement over there waiting. No ship in here right now, and that entire place is just waiting. Well, the dumpers are waiting, at least, because there's nothing that requires their work right now. So how... Ooh, we're getting the pump over there. This one requires a bit more steel. Everyone on Unreal World refers to speak English in his videos, always finished with subtitles. I mean, I don't see a problem with that. Like, if he perhaps feels a bit uncomfortable talking in English, which is quite common, quite frankly, then yeah, I mean, if it works, it works, and I guess it does work. To be fair, that game does have a fair bit of Finnish in there anyway, so fits the theme, I suppose. Right, we built that portion. How we got the resources in here, but there's no vehicles coming in, so I'll just quickly build that one up. We have done a fair bit of work on the harbour here. We'll be able to start shipping the electronics across the bay here. Eventually, it's gonna take a while. Right, so I suppose what I could start doing... Well, once we have the harbour, we'll set up maybe a couple of vehicles, or covered hull vehicles in here. And we can start shipping the electronics from there to there, every now and then. And we'll ship it down here, and then we'll have... You know what? Oh! Oh my, the rail is almost here. Well, damn. Right, so I wanted to set up the distribution office, or secondary distribution office here, just for the electronics and such. Because they'll probably have to go a fairly long way. Right, I think a small one will do. Can we fit it in here, though, is the question. That's outside of electricity. We wanted to have the car dealership over there, so not in there. Okay, what about... I just started to get a bit far away from the actual... So maybe we'll just use this one. Get a few more vehicles in there, and then we can have the vehicles take the electronics from there to here. Speaking of which, we've got 10 tons of electronics in here. Not bad. There's a good mark that we haven't run out of the electronics yet, and as soon as we get the ship bringing in the electronics, we can then store a lot more in there, and we can then start distributing it to other towns. Right, how is the rail production line coming along? Still needs a bit more steel. We will need some components, but... we got plenty of components here waiting. We'd actually lower the amount of workers here down to like 50 or something, because I don't think we'll be using too much quite right now anyway. And yeah, this requires 200 tons of steel. Okay. That's gonna take a while. Oh, right, we got the road all the way to here. We have started working on this road, so we'll soon enough get the large oil storage. I will plan on building nuclear industry indeed. It is true, proud of is massive amount of the population in... well actually it's 14,000 out of 35,000, it's about 40%. But yes, that we lowered the import requirements for electronics quite significantly. And it is kind of this middle town here, so we will be able to provide stuff for Romograd and Zagrad soon enough. Yeah, I mean, technically, I suppose we could start setting up the road down here. We'll basically need to do a bridge up here, and then we'll need to set up the mines over there. So it's going to be a bit of an issue. We could probably set up another town over there, actually. That will be providing workers for the uranium mining and processing and all that. Might even provide the workers for the nuclear power plant down here. And then we'll be able to get the power from here to various places. Right, let's actually start doing the road down this way. Because we have plenty of construction offices that are not doing anything particularly right now. A bit of a curve here. Not sure if you will. Not very comfortable with the idea. We already have built everything else. Fair enough. Get a fuel and... Alright, nuclear fuel and sell that. I mean, yeah, it is rather valuable. No denying that. I believe we may want to do something like this, actually. We'll raise up the bridge a little bit. The reason for that is that I want to see if we can actually sail a river cargo boat under that or something. Not necessarily, but one can hope. Get the road down there, and then actually let's start building all of that. It will take some time, but that will keep some of the construction offices a bit busy. Now then, still missing a few tons of steel for this phase. That we will need a bit more later on, and also some components, but components we no longer need to worry about. We got plenty of those to go. Speaking of which, have we got the components? Oh yeah, we got the components for that pipeline. Well, this pipeline. Oh yeah, okay. Those are not the problem. Just getting the steel for these. Oh, we actually built that pipeline already, and that pipeline. Have we got on... Oh, we just need workers in here. Alright then. That's not too bad. Let's actually have a look. How much have we made this year so far? 13 million in exports. That's not terrible. Have we got Got a little bit food there, or crops rather. How much do we have in these two ships? 700,000 and 1.3 million. I'm gonna send this one out. Nuclear power plants have to be very central to get at least a good part of the power it produces into our network. Yeah. I mean, the area that we plan on placing it is more or less at the center of the map. Of course, getting it to various places is going to be a challenge. I think we can manage it. At least a little bit of it. Right, I was going to do something, but now I've forgotten what I was going to do. We did send up the ship to get... Oh, right. Yeah, I think I'm going to send this one to import a bit more crops. Just in case. Because we probably spent a lot of money this year again for crops. Yeah, 4.3 million. Electronics is 2.7 million, but yeah, the electronics imports have certainly gone down a significant portion there. Not quite all the way down, but decent portion. Well, actually, that reminds me. Did I set up this one to actually take the components already, or the electronics from there already? Because I was planning on using another one. No, I didn't set up this one to do it. Okay, good. We are currently at 35,000. So not a massive population, but a decent one. I mean, we only have 3 towns right now, so not too bad. We got that one. We didn't build up the second one, so we just wanted to get a bit more covered haul trucks here. We'll get a few of these. Right then, how much do we have? Oh wow, 3,000 adult living parents. Whoops. Well, we haven't got on the houses over here yet. We have started working on them, just... I presume we started working on them. Kind of. We actually got on the gravel over here again. Why have we got on coal here? No. Should be gravel. These trucks have been bringing the wrong thing in here. Okay. I think someone needs to get shot. Right, well, now that that's been sorted out, they can actually start working on the place eventually. And they have started working on this one. That's mostly the Lino's construction offices that are doing anything in here. Speaking of travel, do we have... we got 700 tons here, so that's not too bad. And over here we are working for the most part, but we can't really speed up that too much. Other than using manual labor and getting the electricity up the hill, and that's going to be a bit of a trick. Oh, right, we got the workers in here. We'll get the fuel storage up and running soon enough. Right, and have we have started working on the pumping station as well. Good. Haven't really done much work on the pipeline here yet, but that's fine. We haven't started working on the massive storage here either. So we're working on that road there. We have started working on the storage here, which will be storing steel for the most part. Oh right, yeah, we set up the cargo station over here, which will be bringing in... hold on, we need to bring in plastics, fabrics, components, various other things over here. I don't remember what all the vehicle production line requires, but we'll find that out eventually. Or I could just go in and check what it actually takes in. But that's an effort. Well, that takes effort, and we... Actually, how much? Ooh, we got almost 30 tons of electronics waiting here. That's not too shabby. Yeah, I'm actually starting to run into the slight laggy issues, especially when I'm looking at the towns. But I'm not entirely sure how far I'll be playing this playthrough, but I mean, we are now reaching a position where we can produce everything that we want. But this map has been so interesting that I do want to see how far I can get before the inevitable heat death of the CPU comes. We've got 1.3 million that bit over here. I suppose I could send that one out. Have we gotten any steel down here? Not really. Probably got some steel on its way. Oh, right, yeah, that reminds me. How far have we got on the railway down here yet? We've gotten this far. Be over there earlier today. And before that, like, we started over there. Oh, it's actually coming along down here again, so we'll be getting even further. Probably close to that one. Somewhere around there, maybe. Actually, have a look. We have a decent bit of materials there. Like, that's 30 something. There's not going to be enough to complete this bit of railway, but we're going to get pretty far. But my estimation is somewhere around there. Have a look. It shouldn't take too long. Looking at the time, I think I will go for the 18 months today, so we'll be ending at 1st of July. Oh, it's running out of workers. Oh no! Okay, now we're waiting for the bus. Bring in more workers at the construction office. There we go. Now, I think it might actually complete this. It went further than my estimation, at least. Oh no, it didn't quite complete. Damn it. I did guess correctly that it's not going to complete it, but I did estimate it a bit wrong there. Anyway, I only have 3 million rubles in the bank. That's not so bad. A decent bit of work on the refinery done there. It's still requiring 170 tons of steel. And over here we got the... Right, I'm actually gonna make sure that no one is working at the plastics factory right now. Because we don't have the oil in there yet. We can use those people... Oh! The railway production line is almost completed. There's a bit more steel, but not a lot. Right, so this requires a bit more materials. We still haven't gotten any of these distribution offices other than the original one completed. Pumping station requires a bit more workers, and this one requires more workers. Wait, we've done the groundworks on, or the gravel portion of this road. I'm just waiting for the asphalt, which should be approaching. There's a paver and 2 dumpers on their way. Not going to be quite enough asphalt, but it will be enough to do most of it, assuming that the dumpers are full. And we have started working on this one. I believe that excavator is heading here. Oh, we started working on the pipeline here. Excellent. And also the pipeline here. Okay, now we're doing pretty good. We do have a chemical plant down here, but it's not getting complete it anytime soon. Although we are getting fairly close to the entrance there. Are they? I'm just gonna build that one. They can actually start working on this one, and that will then... Ooh, actually, we might be reaching the end of the limit. No, never mind. It was still assigned to it. They are actually building a bit of components there. Oh, right, yeah, because they used a little bit here at the or the electronics assembly, but not in massive amounts. We do have a decent buffer in here. So we've got plenty of vehicles in there, which means that the smaller ships here bringing in the crops will be emptied rather quickly by the looks of it. And do we have a massive amount of workers in here? We do. We most certainly do. Oh, right, that reminds me. How much do we have the liquids in here? We have enough to export bitumen again. And how much do we have on these? We got 700,000 and 70,000, so we just exported stuff. We have the big ship here being unloaded. Slowly but surely. And have we built up this one yet? Oh, it has 600 tons. Not quite enough. Oh, and we got a truck over here loading up the crops directly. I produced steel before at mines. I believe you can make a profit that way, but you need to be relatively close to the border so the delivery cost is not too much. Or if you manually import them, then yeah, I suppose it's possible. But I reckon that if you are like near center of the map, then just buying the coal and the iron is not necessarily going to be worth it. Yeah, importing coal is certainly feasible. Iron and coal, I mean, you can kind of do... Let's actually have a look. We're going to do a bit of calculations here. So, each ton of steel takes 5 tons of iron and... Hold on a minute. 375... and about 9.4 tons of coal. So, if we have a look at the prices, so we need to look at the buy prices. Just 5 times the iron, so 340, plus 9.4 times coal, so 161. So it would be currently 3,200. Well, I mean, I suppose if you want to process the stuff, then yes. But if you want to use the... Like, if you don't want to have the processing plants at first, then you'll need to bring in the actual stuff. But, right, so it's 3,200 per ton of steel. You could do a little bit of profit, especially if you don't need to pay the delivery costs in massive amounts. But it's very close to the margin. At least with our current economy here, your mileage might vary a little bit. But yeah, if you got your processing plants, then yeah, you can probably make a profit out of that. Although the processing plants take about 2-to-1 ratio on both of these. So if we have a look at the prices, so iron ore by price. Okay, that would be profit technically speaking. And same for the ore. Okay, well, the coal. But yeah, if you got your processing plants and then you use those to make the steel, then yeah, that would work. But the processing plants are rather massive investment as well in terms of resources. But of course, if you don't have good places to mine one or the other, then importing the ore is probably better than trucking it all the way from some other place. Well, the processing plant is not the problem here. It's just the fact that we can't, or we are producing not enough coal ore here for the plant, or processing plant to get enough. And yeah, we do have a coal being brought in by a ship, which is stored in here, and then there's some trucks taking it down there. So sometimes it might import a little bit of coal, but for the most part we are using domestic stuff. Like our original coal mine down here is producing plenty of coal, which is then being transported with this ship. It does take a while to go around, but for the most part it works fine. We have a look at this year's stats now. Only 15.6 million in exports. So we're not going to be hitting 20 million this year, I don't think. But that was mostly because we used so much steel on construction that there wasn't enough to export a lot of the time. And we still got some crops waiting here. Now, how much do you have, actually? About 500 tons. Alright then. And how much is this sitting on? 700 tons. That's empty. Most of these vehicles are no longer on the move. So that's empty already. Okay, I think I'm going to send this one out already. Because it's not going to be getting another full load anytime soon. I mean, there might be a little bit of crops here that can be transported, but not enough. Have enough fuel to export? No, not quite yet. We do have a lot of fuel used for the production that we currently have. Because once we get our refinery here, then that will alleviate a lot of the problems there. So that pump is underway. Have they done a little bit of work on that? They have some iron in there, or steel rather. And that one is going to require quite a bit more. That is connecting to the chemical plant directly. Right, so we did get that road. Started working on this to get to the warehouse. Got the open storage there. We got the cargo station here, so we can unload both of them at the same time from there. Oh, they have started working on the road here now. Excellent. They just require a bit of a push. Oh, wait, no, we haven't gotten the road quite yet. But it is almost completed. Okay, probably needs to go back over there again, but not too bad. We're getting some exports. Is that probably one of the ships that we sent out? No, it's not a ship that we sent out. Hold up. Where are we getting that money? What did we send out? Did we send out one of the ships? Oh, right, it's the bitumen ship. That makes sense. 1.2 million on that ship, and 600,000 on that one. Alright then. Right, how's the power situation around here now? It's a lot more stable. Wait, what? Without power supply, wait, what? Oh, right, but... Hold on a minute. Is this entire place out of power? No. Why does the transformer say that it's without power then? Apparently it thinks that it doesn't have any voltage. Well, there is a wattage going through. That might be a bug. Because over here it's fine. It is strange indeed. Right, how are we doing over here, other than the fact that we probably have plenty of electronics waiting here? It works with the Holy Spirit. Or, I mean, the spirit of communism. Right, how we... Yeah, we have started working on this. Well, has a bit more steel, and then needs a bit more work, or a bit of workers there to actually complete it. We have started working on the oil rig over there as well. Have we got on the... Oh, the pumping station. How much will it complete? Cost to complete? Not a lot, quite frankly, so we'll do that. Then once we get that one, we can start pumping in the oil there directly. Power issues when started producing locomotives. I can imagine. Ah. Right, we don't have any blueprints here. I don't... let's actually... Right, how much can we... Yes, we can produce the wagons, but they are bloody expensive to buy the blueprints. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just lower the amount of workers down to 0 right now. I just want to have this here for later use. Produce the most powerful ones and replace all your old ones with the powerful. Yeah, that makes sense. Right, so we're gonna have to get some electronics, fabrics, electronic components, mechanical components, and... Okay, gonna require a lot of things in here, quite frankly, but we'll get that sorted out eventually. I mean, we don't even have the railway connection built up yet. We're slowly making progress on that. Very slowly, that is. But we did actually get that bit of rail construction, at least. Right, have we made any progress on this side, though? Well, technically, practice, not so much. Because it's been not assigned to it by the looks of it. There's a fire. Storage in... Oh, it's the steel storage that is on fire. Oh no. Six megawatts when accelerating. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm probably going to be using diesel locomotives for a while. Sell them and switch back to regular ones. I like it. Yeah, so we've got 1.4 million on that ship and 900,000 on the other one. I think I'm going to send this one out just to make sure that we have at least decent cash reserves. Because we do need to send out this one out soon, probably. And it's bloody expensive, although we still have a decent buffer of crops in here. That is going to run out soon enough. Still saying that it's without power supply. That is confusing. That one's not having a problem. That one's not having a problem either. Moving Chernobyls. Yeah, sure. I mean, if you can have a nuclear submarine, why not a nuclear locomotive? But I mean, we trust the Soviet engineering so much that we could even do that. I mean, if it was possible. Right, so we set up this infrastructure over here that if we want to start taking the quarry stone from here to elsewhere, we can. Although we probably won't be using that right now. How's the harbour coming along? Needs more steel. Quite a bit more steel, actually. Over here we are having a decent bit of... Oh, running a bit low on plastics there. We did unload plastics in there. Oh right, some of it was directly unloaded here. Okay, that makes more sense. Oh hey, we're getting the fire station up soon. That's good. It's a good thing that it's right next to the harbour, so it will always get the first workers. Okay, so have we started working on this? Yes, we have. We have gotten half the gravel and concrete there already. I'm guessing it is the groundwork, so there should be a... Oh no, there's no excavators coming here yet. Okay. I'm sure that we'll get one eventually. That's more rails. We haven't got on the substation up here. I think I'm going to use some cash to build it. We've got 4 million right now. I think we're going to fall spending it all a bit. Yeah, as soon as we get the vehicle production line, we're going to have to start setting up some... buying some of the licenses to build most of the trucks that we most commonly use. The Kamaz... oh god, is it 5410s? And all the variants of that. Probably going to be rather expensive, so we should probably start saving up for that. Because we are not... We have a nuclear car, space probes are often powered by that technology. Yeah, it's the... Hold on. What is the space probe that exited the solar system? Basically has like a... I don't remember what is the material that they have in there, but it's radioactive, so it takes power from the radiation to power the basic functions of the satellite. Unfortunately, in terms of this game, it's probably not possible. Not yet. But perhaps later. Well, I suppose you could potentially mod that in one way or another. Oh, we actually got most of the resources here. Alright then. Oh, but this hasn't been assigned to the Office 7. Is there... Hold on. Got some excavators there. You got excavators, so I'm going to assign you. Oh, it's probably the later office that we assign some excavators. I believe this one. No, that's not the one that I'm thinking. This one. I should have the range. Okay, so we're getting that road done there, although we are going to need a few more trucks in there. Need to get that one built. We have the majority of the power set up already over here. That takes very little... What about... Oh, that one's not completed yet. Oh, hey! Ooh, nope. I didn't mean to press that. The pumping station over here. And it should have the power required, just not connected to anything yet. And we got on some of the workers in here, so we'll get the large storage completed eventually. I actually wonder, does this place... No, the cranes are in use right now. Never mind then. I'm guessing they are in one of the... Oh, buildings on fire. Where is that? Residential building in Pravdov? Oh. Pyromaniac is back. A little somewhere within or near the school. I'm sure that we'll get that one extinguished though. How much? We got 600 tons of coal there. We got the ship in here. Waiting there. Did we reach 18 million? Not quite. Not that much short. I mean, I suppose if I was to send in a ship out now, we could certainly reach at least the 18. Is that actually going to take us to... Going to take us to 19 again? Now let's actually have a look at... We have imported more resources this year. The delivery cost has increased quite significantly, but if we have a look at the... What have we been importing? The food is starting to be a rather big issue. Our production just can't keep up right now. Then the electronics... Oh, it's still 3 million. It has gone down a little bit from last year. That's good. Crops is now 5.6. How much is the other? We probably won't be able to squeeze in... No, it's 160,000. We don't have enough fuel to export either. Yeah, we did cut off quite a bit of electronics. Let's actually have a look. How much did we produce this year? This year overall... Oh, wow. 65 million worth of production. Although we have also used a lot of consumed a lot of things, so not entirely profit. Right, so electronics, we produced 111 tons. That's pretty good. Actually, how much did we consume this year then? Facilities, electronics, 254. We produce about 40%. Not too shabby. And we didn't have this working the entire year. It was more like maybe 6 or 7 months. We probably won't be able to provide all that we need, but we can certainly provide most of it. I mean, it's not working on full speed right now anyway. Oh, they're actually lacking plastics there. Do you know what? How much do the plastics cost per ton? Because if it's not a massive amount, it's 8,000. Yeah, it's a fair bit. True, we can deliver directly to Zagreb. Yeah, plastics is a bit expensive. But how much... Why is the conversion ratio of chemicals to plastics? There's 50% extra there. So if we have a look at the plastics, so about 8,860. Compared to chemicals, that's 17,000. It would actually be more... If we would need to buy one or the other, like chemicals or plastics, then plastics might be the better option there. And we will still be bringing in some plastics in here. Especially once we get this one actually working. But for that, we need to get the chemical plant working. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start importing a little bit of plastics here. Bloody expensive to start with. Like, the initial cost is going to be massive, but we'll still be bringing in some plastics in there. Now, it will allow us to be producing more electronics, which I reckon is going to be much more profitable. I mean, 10 chem plants at the moment barely catch up with your plastics consumption. Yeah, it uses massive amounts of chemicals. Like, I do know that there is... I believe there's a modded chemical plant that allows you to produce like 10 times the normal throughput. Right, so we're bringing in a lot of workers around here. Did we get anyone up here? Oh yeah, we did. Don't have the steel though. Much more than 10 times. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, I haven't actually checked that, but yeah, I'm assuming that is bloody massive production that you can get out of it. Right, so how much did we get this year total? Okay, we got another 90 million. I think it's a decent, like, it's the same as last year, more or less. It's like 15,000 rubles difference in there. I'm sure that next year we will go over the 20 million mark. I'm sure that nothing bad happens in 1991. Right, how much? Okay, we got that one full, so we probably have a bit of steel piling up over here again. Well, in theory, in practice less so. Yeah, I don't know, it's just a bit underwhelming, but I guess they kind of want to make it so that it's... Well, I mean, I suppose chemicals is a bit hard to make. Like, you can't really do it in the same capacity, realistically speaking, as oil refinery. But it's just the... I don't know, it's just the amount of chemicals that you need for the plastic seems a bit odd. I mean, it might be realistic, I don't know. I'm not an expert on making plastics. But it feels quite a bit. And plants are pretty realistic. Area, you have some towns that are only related to chemical production. Lighting the sky more than seas close by. Fair enough. We're bringing more steel down here, so it's ending up over there, I presume. Indeed it is. Now I suppose I could set up this as a... Oh no. Oh no, it does take steel. A lot of it actually. We haven't set up any of the warehouses in here, so we'll be bringing stuff directly there. But I suppose I could set up this to unload steel over there. We'll go for 50%. I don't think we need to go for full capacity quite yet. Especially since we don't have the blueprints anyway. Right, so that one's going out. That means... Oh, right, we got that one, and it was probably this one that I just built, I presume, or maybe around here somewhere. So we got the power over here. There's not a lot of usage of it quite yet. I wonder how badly this is... Ooh. Might not be able to provide power for everything there. Especially since we haven't gotten this thing up yet. I mean, I do like the idea if you could actually, like, design your own vehicles and such. And, like, you could make them as a research project at, like, technical university or something like that. And it would take, like, a long time to, of course, design it and all that. But eventually that you could make your own stuff. It would be certainly interesting. But it would be probably something that is currently beyond the scope of the game. Or what's planned right now, anyway. As we're getting some components here. Hey, but that means that the components factory has been, well, they probably already filled the storage. Well, no, they've got a little bit of room here. Getting that road done. Have we started working on this one yet? We have, technically. Gonna require a bit more work, though. How's the... Oh, right, yeah, we should probably get the footpath down here. Are the electronics stored on Pravda? Good question. We've got 19 tons there right now, so it's more than plenty. It's not quite entirely full yet, but not too far off. And we've got 50 tons over here. And how much can one of these carry again? 59 tons. Okay, so we actually got one shipload of electronics. Well, almost one shipload of electronics over here already. Would like to design a factory from model kit every time. Have them more to your needs. I actually like that idea a lot. Like the fact that you could like design, okay, I need to have the like conveyor belt connections on this side, so I'll just place the component for that on there and so forth. That would certainly be a very interesting way to do it. Like you could have it in a way that you need to have certain elements in there for it to work, but let's say that you need something, a smaller factory, so you could have like just one connection of each that you need, and then for a big one you could just have like several and so forth. That would certainly be an interesting way to do it. You could still have like the basics, so that if you want to use just the regular run-of-the-mill designs, you can still use them. But if you want to design them, then that would be very much an interesting option. Okay, the population has dropped by about 2,000. I control on the side, yeah. Like you could... Actually, yeah, that would be interesting. You could have like a... Depending on the area of the... Like the size of the area for the factory. That could determine how much it produces. Of course, you could also set it so that you can't just make empty factories that will be producing a massive size and then produce massive amount. Like you need to have certain like percentage of the thing filled with buildings of various types, and each building has a certain cost to it, certain amount of steel and components and so forth. Right, is that all the steel that we need? No, not even close. Right, your money, we got 3.4 million right now, and we don't have enough to export right now. I mean, we could export, but I don't think it's necessarily a good idea. Almost have enough fuel to export, although I think that fuel number has been there for a little while now. Or actually, even better than just have the area of the factory decide how much it produces, you could have like the amount of buildings in there affect that more than the size itself. But that would probably require its own no, we haven't set them up to receive fuel quite yet. But I mean, this one... Actually, do we have this one set up? Yeah, this one is receiving fuel, and that's the only one that is using fuel right now, because we haven't set up most of this. You deal with 50 to 75 workers refinery in your regular games, but since it's so big, yeah, that is a like good example of it. For example, well, I have a modded smaller refineries in here, so. But for example, it is rather big. You could easily go with a much smaller one. So the modular designs for factories would certainly be a very good addition. Right, how we got on the... we have started working on the substation here. I'm just going to use some cash to build it, though. Oh, how far can it reach? I should be able to take that one at least. But this one's not quite as overworked. Although it's not actually working at full speed right now. I think this might be one of the bigger power consumption. Yeah, I can take up to 5.8. Okay. That's a little bit. So we're still waiting for all the distribution offices here. I'm guessing it's actually mostly missing workers right now. And do we have... Okay, we got the cranes over here. So as soon as we get some steel in here, they will be doing a lot of work. I don't actually notice the cranes in here. I'm sure that they are somewhere in here. It's just a bit hard to notice right now. I'll design with some components. Have a slider for size to set minimum maximum depending on what there would be great. Yeah. I mean, feel free to go and like give the developers that idea. Yeah, I haven't used the modded chemical plant. I am using the... Well, actually, the only factory that I'm using from... Well, actually, I got a few things that I'm using from mod. Although, practically these small refineries are the only one, and these are actually very small in production. They take a little bit oil and they produce a little bit fuel. The ratio is the same as the regular. Yeah, there are some modded factories that do stick to the balance. Okay, we are running low on food there, so I'm just going to send you out again. Do we have enough on here? First I could send one of these out again. Yeah, same ratio is on some of the mods, but you do need to kind of go through the mods to see like how much are they actually producing. Is it anywhere near reasonable? So one thing that I do have, which is not necessarily great, but I suppose it works, is the greenhouses. They take chemicals and coal and a lot of power, and they produce crops with a steady production. But they are bloody massive. And they do have some factory connections, so you can kind of have some better connections there, but there's some that I do have. I haven't actually tried them, though. I'm not entirely sure how balanced they are. But since they do produce with a steady speed, but the fact that they use some chemicals, and well, coal is probably not going to be a problem, though. And then I do have the refinery, but that's the only factories that I have currently. And of course, I do have some other modded stuff, like a lot of houses and schools and stuff like that, which allow me to build my cities a lot more tight. For example, if we have a look at this area, it's built fairly full. And then Rommelgrat is another good example, where there's a fairly tight... Oh, right, that reminds me. I've got one of these. Oh, it's already full. Alright then. Well, fair enough. We've got 300 workers over there. We may need to set up another bus, quite frankly, to take more workers down this way. Provide more for the coal mine, and that means that we'll be able to produce more steel. Yeah, they do take quite a bit of workers as well. And the fact that they take such massive space does limit the effectiveness a little bit. Like, I think it takes about the same size as 2 big fields. Of course, they will be producing the stuff throughout the year, but the chemicals being in there as a part of the production does make it a bit harder. Although, one chemical plant working on full speed should be able to keep 10 of those running. It's not a massive need, but it's a little bit extra hoops to jump through. We're still waiting for some of the stuff over here. How we... Oh, we did the groundwork for this. Now we just need the steel. Yeah, do we need to get that pipe in there? I mean, I'm guessing we still have a bit of a problem with... Oh, we actually had a bit of steel there. The keyword is had. Do we have any over here, though? No, we are picking it up into a truck right now. We got the cement over here. It actually has been used a little bit. I suppose we have been using some panels and concrete. Probably quite a bit of concrete, actually. We do have 270 tons of cement there, so that's not going to run out anytime soon. And the fact that we had the cement plant down here, like, we did the groundworks probably 20 years ago, or something like that. But it took us another 15 years at least before we actually completed that. Yeah, I could certainly help the mines over there, so let's buy another 2 buses down here. Like, one that has a massive capacity, relatively good speed, so we'll buy 2 of these. That'll be 14s. And let's see, Rommelgrad and Stalino. And then this one needs to get the same one, but we'll wait a little bit before we send it out. Just to space them out a little bit. Already over there, I think we can now send it over. And we will still have plenty of workers in here, I don't think we'll run out. But that will allow us to build more steel. I mean, currently have the max set up at 200 workers, so that means we will be producing at most like 16 tons of steel per day, which is still quite a bit. But it's mostly the problem that the coal production over here, or the mining over here, is not particularly great. The quality of the source is only 27%. Now, of course, I could try to fiddle with the balance of deciding where they are allowed to go, but there's just so many places that they need to go that fiddling around with that can lead to very bad outcomes. Actually lower the amount of workers down there a little bit, giving the quarry zone trucks a bit more time to get in there. We've got 1,400 tons of gravel there, so I don't think we'll be running out of that anytime soon. Now then, how are we doing over here? Only 131 tons for that. 78 tons for the components. Now we have gotten a lot of steel in here. And still trying to get a lot of this. We actually have still 400 tons of steel down here. Oh hey, we got the pumping station there. And okay, we haven't gotten that one connected yet. And we haven't gotten any of the workers down here, although we do have... Okay, yeah, we do have some buses bringing workers in here. In theory, in practice not so much. I suppose one thing that I could do is just buy more buses here. We've got room for more. That will also use a fair bit of workers from Rommelgrad. Oh, right, yeah, it could be that during winter time the buses just don't get here in time. That's quite a likely option, actually. Well, at least the ships can go on full speed. Down to about 33,000 population. Did we get the other house in? Yes, we did. And that's already full. A lot of sickness though. That's less than optimal. And this one's working on full speed. I presume, yeah, we've got plenty of coal there. Have we got on the gravel over here now? Yes, we have. Actually set up the... Is that the unload and that's the load? I think so. Okay, so Pova, open storage. Not the open storage, should be aggregate unloading. Aggregate loading, unloading, unload. Over 90%. Because we got the gravel production over here, down here. Might as well utilize that a little bit more. We did send the crop ship. So it's still sitting here with about 50% load. And over here, we could probably send this one out to export a bit more. We got the fuel to export now. Not quite. Almost. Not quite. Right, so, ooh, we got a little bit of food and alcohol there, but not a lot in all fairness. Slowly be gathering up some more stuff over there. That's currently running empty. Alright, yeah, I should probably get the footpath down here upgraded. Shouldn't take too long. I reckon I could probably upgrade that one as well. And that one, and maybe even that one. It will increase the reach at least a little bit. If nothing else. Now, how's this school? Oh! No longer has 1,700 students at the schoolyard, so that's an improvement. I suppose our population is now mostly... Oh yeah, basic education is the primary, so to speak. So we still got that ship there. Yeah, that much footpath has been there for a while. We get... ooh, we have gotten a decent bit over here. Just need a bit more steel, and we'll get the harbour, and then we can start shipping in the electronics from here. I actually wonder how much can we fit in... Oh, another autosave. Oh, it's already 1st of March. Right, so I was wondering how much can we fit in electronics here. We got set up 33 tons. Fit in a little bit there. So what I'm thinking is how much would another river cargo boat cost right now? 600,000. I think we can manage that. So what I'm thinking is I'll have one going between the industrial area here, taking the electronics to Zagrad, and then we have another one bringing us Pravdo, and from Pravdo we can also take it to Romograd. Although, quite frankly, we could actually set this distribution office to bring in the stuff from Pravdo, as well as bring in some food. And, well, actually, food is going to be probably not available in large enough numbers. Also, we got a lot of workers here. How about we set up the bus to take those workers to Stalino. There seem to be mostly workers there, so should be alright. How many? Oh, we got over 100 miners now. That's good. Even more should be hitting the... Oh, yep. That's a massive amount of workers in here. Okay, that's good. 160 tons of coal ore per day. They're still working through most of it. Like a champ. Okay, well, let's actually have a look. How much steel did we produce last year? 2,800, almost 2,700 tons. Okay, not bad. 10 million rubles worth of... Okay. Alright then. Right, how much? So we did the 19 million. So far we are at 2.2 million in exports. We've actually done a bit of a deficit this year. To be fair, we did import another ship, which was 600,000 there. Got the 80 tons of electronics there. Reminds me, okay, over here we need more steel. And they probably can't reach all that far. We haven't started working on this then. Let's start getting through these. I mean, we got the money. At least we got a little bit of money. Getting the footpath constructed. Oh, and we got the fire station here. Let's buy some fire trucks. GE300s are probably the best here. They're the fastest and the fastest fire trucks speed. Now we'll at least have some fire... Oh, right, low temperature. The thing is, the fire station is the only one needing the temperature in here. Everything else is a factory and they don't need that. I suspect that the firefighters will go around lighting fires a little bit near the factory area. Oh well, as long as they put them out in time, it's fine by me. Yeah, steel is certainly one of our most profitable industries right now. Hope will keep them warm. I hope so, but I'm not entirely certain of that. Okay, so we could actually have a fourth ship at the same time here. Eventually we may need to set up a bigger ship taking the passengers between the towns here. Oh, and let's bring in some crops. Good. How's this coming along? Not particularly quickly. How much would it cost? Oh Christ, 600,000. Not gonna do that. What do we have here? And I noticed that the crop truck, or ship, not truck, just left. I have a massive amount of exports there right now. Have we managed to get any steel in here? Probably not a lot. We're using a fair bit for the construction and all that. So is that taking it to the... Yes, that is actually taking to be exported. As well as that one, okay. How much is one of these worth? 60,000. Okay, that's 120,000 rubles worth of exports heading out to Devole. And there's a lot of traffic around here. For some of the construction offices, not so much for the others. Could buy another dumper truck here. So we can empty this a little bit faster if need be. I mean, there's not a massive need for more truck, actually. We could buy one over here as well. To keep the steel mill. Yeah, we do kind of need to chill out on the building, but at the same time, we set up most of these to be built a long time ago. We've done maybe about half of the construction that we needed already, so it's not terrible. And we got plenty of steel over here for production purposes. How much electronics do we have now? 84 tons. My goodness, how's this coming along? Needs a bit more steel. It would only be 150,000 to build that, but at the same time, I'd rather not right now. I'm gonna have to send one of these out. Also, have we run... Well, we are running a bit low on crops, I suppose, so I'm gonna send you again. At least we'll be able to cover the cost of that with the export ship right now. Do we have enough to export the fuel? Technically, yes. We'll be able to get up the fuel over time, so it's not unnecessarily a terrible thing. Although we have been increasing the amount of vehicles slowly but surely. Actually, so we did get the trucks for this. We never set up that as a target for electronics, so we're going to do that right now. We're going to unload electronics over there. Yeah, we'll go with that. We got 20 tons of electronics in here, and we just got another shipment by the looks of it. Indeed we did. So, electronics is full there. And how much do we have here? Not a massive amount. It will probably take some time before the truck leaves. Wait, how are we doing on this side? Most of the roads have been completed. There's a little bit of road construction over here, so we are getting closer to the chemical plant. But the problem is that we still haven't gotten this one completed. And for that, the reason is mostly lack of workers, although now there might be buses heading this far. Because it's no longer snowy. But I'm not entirely sure about that. One can hope. I mean, I suppose one thing that I could do, and this is something that we can build without... Actually, Want to go as far away from that so that the crossing over there is not having a problem. Okay, can we get through there one way or another? Not easily, so we may need to go... Oh, well, I didn't mean to go quite there. Let's cancel a little bit of the road there. Okay, under the... Oh, that's not the road that I wanted to use. We don't need bloody street lights. Go around here. It's an extra maintenance road, essentially. And once we get that one completed, which actually, only 2 bits of road there. Shouldn't take too long to complete. Then we should be able to get the workers down here a little bit faster. Like, a lot of the officers have been assigned to this. But apparently the buses are not just reaching in here. Now, to be fair, there's only 8 buses, then they are rather overworked. Not denying that. Hopefully it will speed up things a little bit. Now, to be fair, once we set up the... Suppose we can just set up a truck to take the electronics from here and unload either directly there or there. Or do we have... I have a fair bit of covered hole, but only 3 actually. But I'd rather keep those just taking stuff elsewhere. Or taking the stuff out and not worrying about taking stuff from the harbor itself. Hold on, I thought I told you to go out to import crops. Okay, we got about 1 million on this ship. Once the other one hits the harbor, we're gonna send you out. Need to keep the exports going. Because apparently we are still having a bit of a problem with the steel in here. I mean, there is another truckload of steel coming in. I do like the fact that we do have the tunnel now here. Go to the coal. Oh right, yeah, we're bringing in the people in here. We are going through the quarried stone rather quickly. Right, so we can actually have, yeah, we're going to have the cement ship in here. I mean, it's not going to be here for a particularly long time, but it will be there every now and then. Actually, just need to make sure that, yeah, you are loading only cement and unloading only cement. Remember that, how is the harbor coming along, other than the fact that it probably needs a lot of steel? Yeah, it does. It costs 100, wouldn't be massive cost to be fair, but I'm not entirely sure if I want to go through that quite yet. Can we actually... Oh, right, that's a cargo train station, and there's a school in Pravdov on fire. Brilliant. There seems to be a lot of pyromaniacs in Pravdov. Not sure why, but that just seems to be the case. And it's been extinguished already. Good. Right, how far... Okay, we haven't actually started... Oh, right, the road connection is over there. So that probably explains why we haven't started working on the vehicle production line yet. We've done a decent progress on a lot of things in here. Although, I think... Oh, right, you should probably be assigned to that. Also, how far can we reach on the other side now? Not far enough by the looks of it. Right, yeah, that road has been completed. Oh, another building is on fire. Cargo train station in proud of. Oh, oh. Well, hello there. We got on the rail connection all the way down there. And it's done most of the rail there. There's a little bit over here that has not been completed. We can actually assign that manually, I suppose. And how's the other side now doing? Yeah, it's done a decent bit of work. It goes all the way through. Oh. Oh. Hello. We're getting pretty close to the steel mill. Right then. Now, I suppose these lines over here are something that we probably need to use cash to build. Because I'm pretty sure that it will not be able to get in there. In the meanwhile, we should probably set up the missing steel. Uh-oh. That would probably slow down a little bit. Can't start building that yet, but we can start building this. Can't start building that one either. Okay. Right, so are there any... Yeah, we can't start connecting or constructing those, so we need to use the cash to build that. Or get another rail construction office. Or some mysterious rail that allows us to go whichever way we want around here. Which seems a lot of work. I'll probably avoid that for the time being, but yeah, we are getting pretty far on the rail here. But that one hasn't been assigned. Actually, can I mess with the range of auto search? I'll go for the max range. See if it finds more places to construct or not. Not necessarily, but we'll see. Right, do we have... We've got plenty of coal here. How many workers do we have at the coal mine right now? Oh, not a lot. Well, we'll be getting more. Actually, quite a bit of buses coming through here now, so that's good. We got a lot of quarry stone trucks there. Good. I suppose we could build the aggregate train storage here. Oh, right. We set this one up so that if we want to take gravel somewhere with a train. Regular rail construction office is a real pain. There's a modded one with a lot more storage capacity. I can imagine, yeah. I mean, I'm not particularly worried about the capacity of how much it can store stuff and such. It's just the fact that it can't... or that the trains cannot like back into a place, for example. Like for example over here, you can't get down here to either one of these lines. I mean, technically we don't need them quite yet, although we should probably start figuring out setting the semaphores down here sooner or later. So that once we start having trains, they can actually move along with a relative ease, I suppose. But yeah, especially if you start building a lot of things, then I imagine that the capacity at the storage, or the storage capacity at the office is going to be a problem. But frankly, I've never had a massive rail connections or rail networks yet. Like, this is actually probably the biggest one that I've designed, not necessarily the biggest one that I've built so far, but... Got a lot of students waiting here. And a lot of workers as well. It's a good thing, though. A lot of these places... Ooh! Oh, the oil refinery is almost completed. Now, to be fair, we still don't have this one. Although there's a vehicle heading here. They are bringing in more steel, at least. In theory. In practice, I'm not so certain. Okay, so that's almost completed. How's this one? They have all the resources, just not the workers. So, you know what? I'm just going to buy more buses for here. Because all of these are still underway or busy constantly. Well, the reason why I'm using these is so that they don't take a massive amount of workers at the same time. Or at once, and they have pretty high speed so they can travel along the road rather quickly. Okay, we got a lot of travel for this road already. Returning construction trains that haven't used up all the resources will go back to the office. Combined with the small storage makes regular offices run pretty bad. Ah, fair enough. Down to 1.3 million. Do we have exports available here? Not massive amounts. Not massive amounts. I suppose I'll send this one out. We do still have plenty of crops here. And we don't have enough bitumen to export yet. How much? I'm just gonna build that. Now the question is, how long is it gonna take us to actually get everything in here? That sounds good. I mean, yeah, I suppose it kind of does. Yeah, well, once we get the autosaver, one of those green chips. It's free now, technically speaking, but I mean, close enough. Haven't been exporting quite as much steel as I'd hoped for, but can't have everything. Especially since we have been building a lot of things. But we do have a bit of extra steel in here, which is being transported out. Is this the one that takes it to the... Yes, this is the one that takes the steel. I'm gonna learn the name of all things in all the games. Fair point. Hold on. We haven't been bringing a lot of steel in here, have we? Oh well. How the train did it go back or... Oh yeah, it did. Now, which rail are you constructing? You're constructing the... Oh, you did actually go to the southern one. You'll be constructing this bit of rail here. Alright then. Now, have we... Nope, we have gotten a bit more steel here, but we have not gotten the workers. Oh, actually, we do have a bus heading here now, although it doesn't have a massive amount of workers. We are kind of on the limit on how much workers we can bring in down here from Rommelkrad. It's going to be a bit far away. Although one thing that I could do, although that would take a lot more steel again, but is the road construction office... Well, it seems to be busy. At least the dumpers are busy. So just one thing that I was thinking is I could start setting up the city down here, and that would be able to provide workers down there a little bit easier. And then Rommelkrad can focus on providing the industries over here. But then this area will be providing workers to the surroundings as well for a lot of the meat production and such. And food. Yeah, we'll have a massive amount of farms down here. So this is indeed the big Ukraine. It's mostly flat terrain, so it's going to be easy. Or easy enough, at least, in farming. It's going to be one massive city. It's probably going to have about 20,000 population. So we're going to have some harbors over there and over here. So we can provide ships down that way, if need be. Population. Oh, we're still under 33,000 right now. do all south of Big Ukraine farm, and all east meat and food. Southeast could be another city or another thing. Possibly. Like over here, I suppose. But I do plan on having some, like, train stations, so I think I'll have, like, most of this area still farms. But I'll have, like, the industries of it here and down here. As much as I can fit in, like, at least several livestock farms will then be providing the livestock to slaughterhouse, and all that meat will be then transported elsewhere. And then probably starting to farm somewhere around here. But that will be like one massive area of farms, then another area of farms here, then one over here. I can probably get a road through there, and then I can have one more farming area over here, which will then provide crops down here for another clothing factory, basically. Which will then, of course, be transport all the. It will get workers from Zagrat most likely, and yeah, it will then transport the stuff either to. Well, I suppose. Well, it could be transported down here. We do have plenty of clothing in Zagrat, actually. Also, how is the harbor coming along? It's a bit more steel. Down to 100,000 in cost, though. So we have done a little bit of progress there. They're actually still heading this way. Not right now. One that is heading out of here. Right, how is the storage here? Ooh. Actually, gotten a lot of workers in here. Now, if only we had the cranes there, that'd be nice. We got one crane, actually, we got double crane over there. So this is going to be done very soon. And then we're going to have another distribution office that will be taking the... I suppose we could set up this one to be taking the electronics from here and then unloading over there. And do some other stuff like taking the plastics from there. Load. And then unload over there. We do need to set up, I mean, I don't have the vehicles in here, so I can't set up the things quite yet. And it doesn't really matter because a lot of the infrastructure is still missing. I'm guessing that is connected to power. Yes, it is, because there's this one. Using a fair bit over there. What about this one? Not using a massive amount of power right now. The 15th of May. Only done 5 million in exports right now. That's not great. So how are we doing in terms of crops? We've got 400 tons over there. 141,000. We've got 900,000 over here. I'm going to send this one out. We have bitumen to export. Close enough. I can send it out already. Right, let me actually... How much wood do we have here? Quite a bit. I can always plant some more trees. Luckily, it's fairly easy. Although apparently not on the hillside there. Oh well. Fine. Right, so we got that road there. I suppose I could upgrade bits in here. Also, we did upgrade the footpath down there some time ago. At some point I do want to upgrade that road, but that's going to have to be done with cash. We got 3 ships here waiting. We can't buy another ship in there, although we technically do have room over there if need be. Frankly, we don't have the cash to buy ships anyway. So how much? Ooh, almost 110 tons of electronics there, so that's about 2 ships loads. That's good. Okay, we got one crane over here for another. Ooh. Right, the distribution offices are going rather quickly. Especially with the cranes. Right, over here we still need the steel. Are we at least getting the steel? You are going to load up some steel, presumably. But that might be 11 tons. Nope, you got 0. Right then. I am honestly tempted to fund the construction down here. Although, did we... We do get this one. But of course, the infrastructure is not completed yet. However, we need 8 tons of steel for that pipe. That pipe will need some workers, actually. And the chemical plant needs a lot of resources, but we will get that going soon enough. And this oil rig over here will get done soon. True, it would be well spent. Waiting, is there a... That is the empty truck. No, that's actually going for... Oh, that's a bigger truck. That, if it gets the steel that it requires, which I doubt it will, it would technically be able to provide all the steel needed. Nope, it got nothing. Okay. Yeah, let's just... Oh, I didn't mean to zoom in. And also there, of course. I mean, we do have 2 million right now. So yeah, we'll just quickly build that one. Right, and now what we'll do is we'll set up this one first. So you will go down there, load electronics, wait until loaded. I'm gonna go over there, unload, wait until unloaded. And I can send you out already. And over here from the cargo harbor, we will be taking electronics as well. For that, did we? Yes, we did set up that as electronics. Okay, good. Right, then we'll need to set up the other one, but first let's set up I'll actually use the small one here. Oh no, we set up this one halfway already, so let's just buy some vehicles for this. We need cover toll, so we'll probably be using the Kamazes. Get 2. So, road cargo station over there. You will load up electronics. And the plastics factory, you will load up plastics. But there you will unload plastics. And then we need to set up that as a unload place. Unload electronics. There we go, get started. Then we'll need to do the other ship as well. So, raise from line, go down there, load electronics, wait until loaded, and then go down there and wait until unloaded. Launch. Then we need to buy on one more truck. Over here, cover toll. I think we'll buy one of these. It's still very expensive, but it will get the job done fairly easily. You load up electronics, wait until loaded. Actually, yeah, you can wait there until loaded, and then I suppose I'll go over there and unload. There we go, so that should save us the money. Oh, right, and how we set up this one to... Yes, you are picking up the electronics there, good. And then what I can do over here... Actually... your connections are going to be that, and I suppose I could unload directly into the shop there. Well, I suppose I could utilize that one. Unload over there. And you are going to be picking up stuff from there. You're going to be at 50% load percentage. And you're going to unload should be 90% of those. We just need to buy some covered holes. That way we can cut down some of the costs in the Rommelkrat as well. And also you will leave at least some stuff in here. So it will not rob this place for all that it has. I think that will be good in the long run. Now, we are a bit low on cash, and we probably are pretty much out of crops. Indeed we are. We need to send this one out. Now, we definitely need to send one of these ships. Okay, so that one is the one that actually has an export. You are going to start moving out. How much have we spent this year on electronics? 1 million. Okay, not terrible. But to last year's 3 million. Of course, it's only June. We can't buy those smaller rail construction trains anymore. Here's rail construction. Okay, we got that far over here. And what about on the other one? And we started working on more of it. Well, we've done a little bit of work on this. Not massive amounts though. Slowly but surely our steel is piling up. That's good. Now we got planks and bricks over there for days. Oh, that reminds me. You should probably set up that as your source for planks. And same for this one, I believe. Wait, no, it didn't. There we go. I think it didn't work with this one either. Oh no, you're taking directly from the sawmill. Which is not terrible, but I'd rather you go there because that's going to save you a little bit in kilometers. Right, how much? Oh wow, we got plenty of coal there. How much do... Ooh, we got plenty of coal at the steel mill as well. So the productions in Stalino are now pretty good. How much have we produced so far this year? Produced about 1,400 tons of steel. So not particularly faster than last year in total, but it might start picking up a little bit. Oh, and we have started working on the oil storage, finally. Once we get that up, we got all the infrastructure over here already also. Okay, so you will be taking fuel. You should be taking bitumen. Right, what I think I'll do is I'll use this one as the liquid. Basically, they'll be taking fuel to the gas stations around on this side of Rommelkrat and bitumen to the asphalt and so forth. Yeah, well, at least we got the firefighters. There hasn't actually been a lot of fires in here yet, which I'm very glad that hasn't been happening. And we got the gas station there completed, good. That one's been completed. They have started bringing in stuff for the vehicle production line. It's going to take a long while to be completed, but soon enough. And that's getting the steel slowly but surely. Right, so I believe we should be getting some of the electronics down there now. They are probably now sending out the truck. Oh, actually, no, they haven't sent out the... Why have they not? Does have power. Okay, you know what? Instead of that... Oh no, we don't have a vehicle station. What I may need to do is just set up a manual route. Take all the electronics from there and take it there. 1 or 2 trucks will do. Okay, so I'm gonna have to send at least one of these down there first. It could be that the distribution officers do not realize how to do that. which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, the ships just arrived there. Well, I'm gonna do... Well, no, I'm gonna leave one of these here, but I'm just gonna get rid of the road cargo station and the cargo harbor. Have one truck doing the rounds first. And speaking of the truck, oh, you're going to refuel first. Oh, luckily the gas station is nearby. So, what we need to do is go there, load electronics, wait until loaded. Then go there and wait until unloaded and launch. We should be able to get some of that going. Oh, and apparently there's some hydrations that I missed. Sorry about that. There we go. Right, so is the truck should be arriving. Okay, there it is. And actually, where is the other truck? Going around. Oh wow, there's about a few vehicles there. Actually, how valuable is that? 82,000 rubles worth on that one truckload. Not bad. It was mostly loaded up on that one. Goes to the truck garage. Alright then. Just waiting for the other truck to appear somewhere. Oh yeah, I suppose there is another way to find it. Ooh. And another autosave. Just want to set up the second truck that has been taken directly to... Oh right, it might be waiting. I'm trying to unload the truck still. Down here somewhere. Nope, that's a food truck. Oh no, it's not there. Is it that one? Oh yeah, it's this one. Alright then, wait, no, it's, that's from Rummelgrad. That's a crops truck. Must be on the road somewhere. Okay, there's an easier way to find it. That one is currently going there, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set a line, and that would be cargo station and cargo harbor. There we go. That should do. Then we'll have two trucks taking the electronics, which should be going relatively quickly. We've got 10 tons over here already, and that's 150,000 rubles. Once we start exporting our electronics, that's going to be massive income. Although getting the plastics production going for that is probably going to be quite a bit of expenditure. Yeah, we got 15 tons on that one and 1.2 tons on the other one. Not quite balanced. Okay, so at least we are working on... Okay, there's one person working at the large oil storage there. Technical services is taking a while still. Oh, we started working a lot over here. Doing the groundworks by the looks of it. 180 workers in there, alright then. How far can we reach from here now? Okay, so we can reach relatively far. Oh, right, we haven't built the footpath down here yet. Though we do have vehicle heading this way. Oh, right, we got resources there already. It's just a matter of getting the workers in there. And that should be within reach of the harbor. I hope. I mean, it should be. Anyway, so for that we need one more truckload of steel. Got 25 tons of electronics there. We're getting more and more. Now I believe we have two. Yeah, we've got two trucks taking it now. Still got 78 tons of electronics waiting there. Not gonna run out anytime. Ooh, we are running a bit low on cash though. Okay, you are gonna go and export a little bit before we run out. At least we got a decent bit of crops there still waiting. Okay, we got the... Oh, we got most of the resources for the warehouse. It's just lacking the workers. The builders, rather. Okay, so we got... Well, we're still buying the plastics over there, at least. And the components down here. Which is probably costing us a fair bit to make the electronics, quite frankly. Let's actually have a look. For last year's figures, how much did we spend on plastics? 200,000, so that's actually not a massive amount. And electric components 600, so okay, that's a bit more. But this year. Electronic components 750,000 and plastics 200. Okay, so that's about 1 million for that. But that would technically be on top of the electronics costs. At the same time, the imports, once these ships start moving out, then the import of electronics should stop pretty much completely. Also, the fact that we now have the trucks taking stuff over here should mean that we will be importing a bit less food and meat and such. At least food and clothing. Oh, actually. Oh, right, I realize what's happening here. Also, shouldn't be bringing alcohol here necessarily. Well, I suppose it's not the end of the world, but we do not need to buy at least not the electronics or clothing. Because we got the domestic stuff there already. Cement there. Already almost July. Oh hey, we got the components factory here. Still needs a lot of chemicals. And some, well, steel will be taken from there directly, and we got a lot of it plastics, which has been brought in here, or are they buying it? Right, so we just need to get the chemical production going, which is basically waiting for this one to be completed. Right, so that's... Oh, that's about to leave. And, oh, that's actually pretty full as well. Alright then. Taking these to export would be almost 1 million. Oh, indeed, it is 1st of July. Thank you. Right, so we'll be ending the stream here. I will be back on Sunday with some Crusader Kings. And then Monday with more of this, and Wednesday as well, and Thursday more Dwarf Fortress. So thank you all for watching, and until next time, bye bye.